really, I just thought it might be a good learning experience. I might get to know a few things which I don't know how to handle children or how to do things rightly. I've just come with a very open mind.
Confidence is a big thing in any child, or not only child, any human being. Confidence makes you succeed.
Like at the time of crisis, at times child gets subdued and their confidence level goes down. And obviously, it's the parents who can instill some more confidence in the child, boost her up that okay, you can do it and you must keep on trying.
Igenius sessions have always surpassed our expectation. That stems from confidence, of course. It can probably we can start with something like this by giving them little choices, and choices which prove good for them would ultimately add to their confidence, even if it doesn't. So they learn, even if things don't turn out well, there's something we can do about it, how we can go on from there. All those things bring about confidence in life.
To make a child independent, confidence is very, very much required. He already is in second standard now, so we try to let him take certain decisions on his own. Like, I just want to see that what are they going to tell us about it.
Every child will have at least 3 or 4 of these traits, okay? This is a long list, so please don't feel like every child has to have all those traits in order to be a confident child. That's not so. I'm just giving you all the traits, and you know, it's something that you can identify in your child or in your children, and you can work on some of them. But just pick 1 or 2, because you know you don't want to overwhelm your child by saying, oh, you should be like this and you should be like that. That's not the goal here. Okay, a confident child is able to accept and learn from his or her own mistakes. They are confident without being arrogant or conceited. Not demoralized by criticism or mild teasing. Able to deal with their own feelings. Okay, that means they're able to express them, tell you when they're angry, sad, happy. Less likely to be defensive when questioned. Upset by setbacks or obstacles. I think this is a good list for adults also, isn't it? It's a good list for everyone. Confident children are unlikely to feel a need to put others down because they're secure in themselves, so they don't need to put somebody else down in order to feel good or better. They are assertive but not aggressive in communicating their needs. They are not too worried about failing or looking foolish. More likely to resist peer pressure. And this is a very important trait, because later on in life, it becomes quite crucial. They are able to bounce back from disappointments and failures, and we'll be covering this a little further down in the seminar, but that, again, is a very important ability to develop. They are not self-critical, overly. I mean, it is good to critique oneself to a degree so that we can improve, but they're not overly self-critical. They don't need to prove themselves. They are able to take responsibility for their own happiness. You know, this able to take responsibility, in other words, they don't blame everybody else or circumstances or their toys or their lack of toys for what's happening in their lives. They are able to laugh at themselves, not taking themselves too seriously. They are accepting of themselves as they are. And confident children are able to cope with change. So that's quite a list. If you think about your child or your children, would you say they have at least 3 or 4 of those traits? More? Definitely more. Okay, so then these are some of the traits that make a child called a confident child. Feeling lovable means that the child feels loved and worthwhile just because he or she exists in the world, not because of something he or she can do. What's another definition for this? What's another phrase? Unconditional love? Yes? So it's not based on beauty or what you can do or anything, it's just love. And feeling capable, okay, feeling lovable has nothing to do with capability, okay? Feeling capable means that the child feels strong and competent and proud of his or her ability to do or achieve things. Competence brings confidence.
A child should feel loved just because he exists. It doesn't matter how he does in school, right? But I think many times, and I don't think parents mean to do this deliberately, but it happens because we are parents and we have expectations from our children. Children start feeling that my parents will only love me if I am capable. I don't think anybody actually says in so many words, I'll only love you if you are a good boy. Or I'll only love you if you score so much in maths, right? Lovability is completely different from capability. But in order for a child to have healthy self-esteem, he needs to have both components. So if you want to write this down, you can. Self-esteem, lovability, and capability. Now, how many parents over here? Please raise your hands, just the parents. How many parents here? Lovely, very good. Okay, hands down. How many kids over here? Please raise your hands. Oh, we almost have more kids than parents. And they call this a parenting workshop? Okay, all right. I am going to give the parents some classwork. Would the kids like that? Yep. Do you want to see your mummies and daddies doing a little classwork? And this is classwork that you are really going to enjoy, okay? But don't get too gleeful because I'm going to give you some classwork soon, okay? Everybody's going to get a little work. See, it's called a workshop. That means we all work. All right. Mummies and daddies, I want each of you to think about this with relation to your children. Now, we want you to think, this is a parent telling a child, why I think you are special. Why are you lovable? What are the child's intrinsic qualities? What is something that you love about your child or your children? Think about it. Think of 3 things. If you can think of 5 things, great. But I want each mummy and daddy over here to think of at least 3 things for each of their children. Why you love your child. Why is your child lovable and special to you? Now, I'm going to ask all the mummies and daddies, tell me if this is true or false. Is this the right way to do it? I really love you because you scored 98% in your last semester. True or false? Thank you. I love you because you're my son. You're a very sweet child. You've got a very caring heart. Intrinsic qualities. Somebody here said true. Very good. Now, I'm going to give you 5 minutes or 3 minutes, and I want you to write down 3 to 5 qualities of each of your children. Please do that. I see a daughter blushing over there, so I know the mummy is doing her classwork. Very good. All right. That's nice. There's somebody back there telling their kid how much they love them. Wonderful. Very good.
This is for all parents and all kids, not for my kid and for me. Why I think you are special to me is because you are what you are. You are unique. You make me special in this world. You are my reason for existence. And you are my source of energy.
You have a sweet daddy. You can give each other a hug now.
Okay, encourage your child's interests in activities that have a social aspect. That means a lot of shy children, I've noticed, will choose loner kind of activities, these things that they do on their own. So you have to encourage them to go into things that require a group or a team. So an obvious example is a team sport. For almost any interest a child shows, there is a children's group activity. The point is to get your child into groups where he or she will find children who share their own interests, and this is the best possible icebreaker for children who find it difficult to relate easily to their peers.
So here are 16 ways to boost a child's confidence and self-esteem. Number 1, appreciate more, criticize less.
Okay, use positive nicknames, right? We all have affectionate names that we call our children. Whenever you use a nickname, be sure you use it as a term of affection, not of sarcasm. Your tone of voice when you say the name will make all kinds of difference.
Never ridicule. Okay, this is very easy to do, but never use ridicule in dealing with your children. It hurts without helping. Would you agree that George Bernard Shaw was one of the wittiest speakers of the previous century? Brilliant guy. But did you know that when he was a young man, and as a child, he was one of the shyest people in London? Did you know that? He says, I was so shy when I had to go and meet a stranger. You know what I would do? He said, I'd be so nervous that I would walk up and down the street in front of that person's house for 20 minutes before I had the courage to knock on the door. Can you imagine somebody being that shy? But one day, you know what happened? He got fed up of it. And he said, forget it. I'm not going to be shy anymore. So you know what he did? Does anybody know what he did? He joined the London Debating Society. Imagine a shy young man who had to walk for 20 minutes joining a debating society. Mere to pasine chhoot jate. Right? But he forced himself to get up and to debate. At first he would talk like this, and he would forget everything. But he said, forget it, I am going to learn to speak. So many years later, they asked Bernard Shaw, sir, how did you learn to speak so well? And you know what his answer was? He said, I learned to speak the same way I learned to skate, by persistently making a fool of myself till I got used to it.
I think it was very innovative and it was very impressive. And the way they have presented it is really, really excellent. And I think these kinds of workshops should go on. And they promoted the children confidence level and all that. I think these kinds of workshops always work. And because we as a parents, we are busy in our life so much that we feel that these kinds of things we can take out time. And today I felt that yes, it was positive. And today I have taken my time. I'm very happy.
Workshop was really very interesting, and it enhanced our knowledge. Basically, I wish that this type of workshop should be more, and it was an interactive session. We enjoyed a lot. This was really beautifully organized, and the presentation was excellent.
Igenius is doing a very lovely job, and it's helping the children a lot in learning new things about like in today's workshop also. He has mentioned about so many great personalities. The children come to know about them, especially the last ending, the poem. It was really encouraging for children also and for everybody to excel in life.
I'm very, very happy to just be a part of this program. It was very interesting and informative also. And for the young parents and the young kids, it's really very, very knowledgeable, very nice. We really enjoyed it.